So guys, now we're gonna move on to our basket. So to begin, we will be using our 7.5mm crochet hook. So we are gonna make a magic ring. So wrap your yarn around just as before when we were doing the first part 2 of the video, making the egg bunny. Chain 1. And the reason why I'm using 2 strands of yarn is because I want my basket to be stiff. So that's the reason why I'm using it. So now I have my chain 1 there into the ring. We are going to make 8 single crochets. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. So that's our first one there. 2. Oh, I'm doing a different thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let me just pull down on my string so I can get more access to work. Okay, so that gives me 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now I am going to pull on my strings. So if you don't have a chunky yarn, you can always make your own. So you just improvise it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we have our 8 stitches. We're going to go into this first one here. And we are going to make 2. It's just a little bit tight. Let me just use a smaller hook just to get that first one in. I'm going to use my stitch marker to mark my first stitch. I'm just going to go back into that same stitch and make 2. So at the end of row 2 you should have a total of 16. So now I'm just going to move on using my 7. So continue doing that and I'll see you at the end of row 2. So now I have come to the end of row 2 and I have a total of 16. Removing my stitch marker into that next one here, we are going to make 2 single crochet. So that's row 3. Use my stitch marker to mark that stitch. So I have my 2, and then I'm going to put 1 in the next, and then 2 in the next stitch. So this is the sequence for row 3. So 2 single crochet in the first stitch, then 1 single crochet in the next, then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. Continue that same sequence. You should have a total of 24 at the end of row 3. Now I have come to the end of row 3 and I have my last stitch here, making my last single crochet, and I have my total of 24. Moving on to row 4, you're going to do 2 single crochet. Use my stitch marker to mark my first one, so that's 1 and 1 more in the same stitch. And then we are going to make 1 single crochet and then 1 single crochet and then 2 in the next stitch. So that's the sequence for row 4. 2 single crochet in 1 stitch, then 2 single crochet in the separate stitches, and then 2 single crochet in the next. Continue that same sequence, and you should have a total of 32 single crochet at the end. So now I have come to the end of row 4, and I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and I have a total of 32 single crochet. Moving on to row 5, we're going to do 2 single crochet into that first stitch. Remember your stitch marker, guys, so you don't lose your stitches. Into that same stitch, we're going to make one more, and then we are going to make 1 1 1 single crochets. So 1 1 and 1. So 3 single crochet in separate stitches, and then in the next we will do 2 single crochet in that stitch, and that is going to be the sequence for row 5, and you should have a total of 40 single crochet at the end. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of row 5. So now I have come to the end of row 5, and I have my 40 stitches. Moving on to row 6, we will do the same, starting with 2 single crochet at the beginning in the same stitch, using my stitch marker to mark my first stitch, and then into the next 4 stitches you will make 1 single crochet. Follow that same sequence right around, and I will see you at the end of row 6. So now I have come to the end of row 6, and I have a total of 48 single crochets. So moving on to our last and final increase round, row 7, making 2 single crochet in our first stitch, 1 and 2, and then in the next 5 stitches we will make 1 single crochet. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of row 7. So guys, now I have come to the end of row 7, and I have a total of 56 stitches. So if you want to know an easy way how to count your stitches without counting each one, remember we stop at 48, so you can just count the points, because you know that in the points we had 2 separate we had 2 single crochet in that same stitch. So we stop at 48, so 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56. So that brings you to a total of 56 stitches, and then for the circumference of the basket. So now moving on, so we will make half double crochet in each stitches around. So insert your hook into the first stitch, let me just yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. And that is our first stitch. Let me just get my stitch marker and mark that first stitch. And in each stitches around we will, I'm doing single crochet, yeah, so I should do half double, sorry about that. Just 2, and we're going to continue doing half double crochet right around, and we're going to do that up to 5 rows. So when I'm at my 5 rows, I will meet you there, because I will be changing the color yarn. So continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of my 5 rows. So now I have reached my last stitch here, and I'm just going to yarn over and make my last half double crochet, and I'm going to change to my next color yarn. going to cut this one off here. Just going to give that a little tie. And then we're going to begin our next row. So if you notice, the inside part here, this is what we're going to flip over. So this side will be on the inner part. So you can go ahead and flip your bucket over. And this is what it looks like so far. When we're done with this part here, we will just weave the tail end in. So just as we were doing before, yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, and make your next half double crochet, and make sure that you use your stitch marker to mark that stitch, and continue doing that, and you will do a total of 2 rows of pink. So you can continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of my 2 rows. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my 2 rounds of pink, and I did make a mistake when I was changing my colors. I did not do a slip stitch here and change the color, so you can see where it's a bit up and down, so it's not straight and even. So what I will do is I will do my slip stitch now that I'm going to change to my green again. So I'm changing my color here. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but if you have your own way of changing your colors, you can do them the way how you like. So now that I have my yarn attached there, I am going to do a slip stitch. So with my slip stitch there, I will do 1 row of half double crochet, and then the last row will be slip stitch right around. So I'll see you at the end of making this first round of the green. So continue doing half double crochet right around, and I'll see you at the end of this round. So guys, now I have come back to the end of my round here, and this is where I did my slip stitch. So into this first half double crochet, I will do my slip stitch and even that row. So now you can see that it is on the right path here, so it's not looking all a little bit wonky like down here. So now what I'm gonna do is I am going to chain 1, and into each stitches we are going to do a slip stitch. So insert your hook and pull through, insert your hook, pull through, insert your hook, pull through, and continue doing that right around until you meet back up to the first stitch there, and we will just do our next slip stitch on top of that stitch and fasten off, and then we'll move on to making the handle of the basket. So see you there. So now I have come to the end of my row here, and this is where I did my chain 1. So in this stitch here beside the chain 1, I will be doing my last slip stitch. So on top of that first slip stitch that we made, I will make a slip stitch, and that will complete the rim of the basket. Now we're gonna cut our yarn and pull that through. Now all you have to do now is weave your tail in, and our basket is now completed. So you can see how nicely it looks, and the bottom of the basket here. So we're just going to put that aside for now, and we're going to work on the strops. So to begin making the handle, we will insert our hook, wrap our yarn around, and make a slip stitch. And then we are going to chain 31. So 1, 2, and 31. So now that I have my 31 chains, I am going to work into the second chain here, which will give me a total of 30 single crochet, but I will be working in the back loops. So flip your chains around like that, and insert your hook, and make your single crochet. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end. And basically we are going to do 4 rows. So you can just continue doing your 4 rows of single crochet. When you get to the end, you will chain 1 and turn your work. So I'll meet you there. So guys, now I have come to my last 2 stitches here. 1 and 2. And I'm just gonna pull on this and make sure that I have good amount of yarn that I can sew. So with, it's better to have enough than not have enough. So I am gonna cut my yarn here, and I basically just pull that through. So this is the amount that I will be working with. Probably it's a little bit more than I want, but hey, it's better to have more, as I stated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our darning needle, and we're just gonna string that. And basically on the side, any side that you want to choose, you can. I will be choosing this side because it has a nice ridges here. So when you fold it like this, it looks nicer on this side than actually on this side here. That's just my opinion. So either side you choose, it's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to go ahead and skip 1, 2, and 3 stitch, and I am gonna go into the 4th one here on both sides. Oh, before I do that, let me just put that through. Just pulling that back through. I hope I didn't mess it up. Oh my god, I think I did mess it up. But not to worry, let me try and get it back out. Okay, I got it out. Okay, this is not working with me at all. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go in and out and in until I reach to here. Okay, so now I am going to flip this over and I'm going to go through my first stitch here, my fourth one, and on the fourth one on the other side, and basically I am just going to sew them together. So I'm just going to go from this side to over on this side here. And make sure when you reach to the other end here, you should have 3 stitches remaining on both sides. So I'm going to continue sewing this off camera and I will meet back up with you. So now I have come to my last stitch here and I have 1, 2, 3 remaining on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be the handle for the bag, so you can see that nice round shape like, and then this part here is where we're going to sew our bag, or sorry, our handle onto the basket. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just insert my needle in and out to go down to the end here, and then I'm going to get my basket, and basically I am just going to go and sew that in, and I'm going to sew it from the inner part and I'm going to go through the green stitches here. I could have actually put it on the outer part here, but I think it looks nicer on the inside. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I'm actually eyeballing where I am putting my my straps. So if you want to count the stitches to make sure that you are doing it evenly, you can go ahead and do so. But this is just the way how I am doing it. So I hope you're seeing that well. It's just basic in and out stitches that I'm actually doing. So I'm going to continue doing that and I will see you at the end of sewing my handle on together. So guys, this is the end look of our basket and it is looking super cute. The color combination is very nice as well. You can see the bottom, and the handle is very firm and neat. You can see that there. So guys, if you love this tutorial and it was very straightforward to you, you can give this video a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you think, and if you're new to my channel, please do go and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified each time I post a video. And to my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for being a part of the family. It is very important to me that you guys are always there watching my video and supporting my channel in any way that you can. So guys, until next time, bye.